Let's talk about the cross-examination. Defense attorney Escobar brought out on cross-examination of the former detective, again, who's the one who was investigating this, interviewing the defendant on the day of the incident, that this particular detective violated police protocol 2 different times. Is that enough, in your opinion, to affect negatively this detective's credibility?
It might not be enough on its own, but I think it's just the beginning of things to come. Listen, if you're a defense attorney and all you're doing is putting on the defense of your client, you're only doing half of your job. The other part of that is you should be putting the police on trial, and I think that's what we're beginning to see here. You know, the point about the date being wrong and perhaps some procedural things that he did wrong may not be that big a deal, but it's a death by 1,000 cuts, right? As long as they can continue to poke holes in this investigation, show how they maybe took shortcuts, show how maybe they didn't follow protocol, that will begin to create some problems in the jurors' minds that they can certainly exploit during closing arguments.
And I think they may already have some of the facts in their favor. What I mean by that is there was an officer interviewing another officer, ex-officer. And so I think that sometimes you might walk in with a jury thinking they're treated differently because he was an ex-cop, this defendant. Maybe not, but I know that that's something that is going to come into play, in my opinion, in this trial at some point in terms of how the evidence is presented. Let's listen together because the audio recording is so telling. The defendant's own words. You can hear his voice, his tone, and what he described happening, as well as what law enforcement said to him. Let's listen as they explain what the wife didn't see.